Comedy Kitchen with Chef Sel was recorded on a cell phone in front of a fake audience. What?
5 types of coconut. And this coconut layer cake with caramel in the middle. Swiss buttercream frosting. I mean, come on. Hey guys, Chef Sel right here. Still got it. That's right, Comedy Kitchen with Chef Sel is coming your way right now on YouTube because you put it on, that's why. Here's a biggie. This is gonna take you like a lot of hours because there's lots of different things to do. So if you like to like do and this and chill and then bring it back, and you're gonna love this recipe. It's a gluten-free coconut layer cake with a Swiss meringue buttercream on the sides and in the thing and in the middle, on top, all over the place. And in between the layers, we're gonna just kind of brush on a little homemade miso caramel sauce. I mean, come on. Plus, we're gonna toast some flake coconut and put it all over the thing. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Listen, if you're not a coconut freak like I am, you might wanna scroll by, so I'll scroll for you, don't worry. Just, you know, I'll scroll for you. Bye. So, fasten your seatbelts. Get ready, step by step. Don't worry. You're gonna learn this thing. It sounds like difficult. It just takes time, that's all. So follow along, have some fun, and let's get to the other Chef Sel who right now is waiting in the kitchen to explain everything you're gonna need to make this delicious thingy. So go on. Thank you, Chef Sel. Chef Sel here. So, this is interesting. I think I probably told you before, although I didn't film that part yet, but I will. I will have not told you this yet. All right. You're gonna have your dust, you're gonna have your wet, then we're gonna make some buttercream, and we're gonna make some caramel, coconut infused. 5 types of coconut products are used in this recipe. 350 on that oven. And then, as usual with gluten-free situations in baking, start at 350, take a look at it, 15 minutes in, if it starts to brown too much, yes, but 2 things we have. We're going to use baking rods or cake rods, they might be called also. You'll see. It allows the cooking of the baked product in the middle out, as well as the usual out in. What does that mean? I have no idea. Just watch. All right, like I said, we have dust, we have wet, we have some buttercream frosting, and we have a caramel sauce. But let's get into the dust right here. 2 cups or 150 grams of unsweetened, finely grated coconut. 1 cup or 140 grams of superfine brown rice flour. 1 cup or 100 grams of almond flour. 3/4 of a cup or 120 grams of potato starch. 1/2 a cup or 60 grams of tapioca starch. 2.5 teaspoons of baking powder. Something normal. Whew. 1 teaspoon of baking soda and a teaspoon of kosher salt. So let's quiz. I'm making up my own freaking words from now on. We're not gonna reshoot anything today, folks. It's not as easy to whisk when you have that coconut in there, so just know that. It doesn't mean anything, just know it. I'm gonna put this aside and get ready for the next part called the wet. No, it's not XXX, relax. It's a freaking cake. Get yourself a KitchenAid, whisk attachment. You're gonna take 4 large eggs, room temperature. Remember. All ingredients for gluten-free have to be room temperature. Otherwise, it's not gonna not be room temperature. Come on. So we're going to take these 4 large eggs and we're going to whisk it. Start out medium, then go to high, and go a couple of minutes until it's fluffy and pale. Just like my face today. I woke up and I wasn't in the sun. Did I say fluffy and did I say pale? Of course I did. Now to this, I have warming up in the micro just a little bit, 1 cup or 225 grams of melted coconut oil. Put that in there with this and whip it again. All right, moved it down to low, medium low. And now let's get this 225 G's. Yeah, not dollars. Please. It's melted coconut oil. Get it in there. With that newly freshened, fluffered, there's a new word. All right, stop. And move it up. About a minute. Lower it down. Now, also 225 grams of your favorite canned coconut milk. Do we have that? There we go. Boom. Just be careful because it may look thickened on the top, but it doesn't go all the way through with that thickness. Don't make a mess like I just did. All right, let's move her down. Get some lemon juice in there, about a 1/4 cup or 55 grams, and a teaspoon of zest. All mixed in there, beautiful. Pump it up. Have it on low, man, or you're gonna get a shower of sugar. Light brown sugar, that is. 300 grams or a 1.5 cups. It's cake, it needs sugar, stop it. And bring it up. All right, back to low, and we're gonna pour the dry into the wet. And here we go, a little at a time. Then move it up. Don't wear black, like me. All right, move it up just a little. Now we're going to pour this into 2 prepared baking pans. And of course, we forgot our teaspoon of, coconut extract, the thing that the whole freaking show is about. I like coconutty stuff, so I'm going to go 1.75 teaspoons. What do you think of that? Just to punish myself with delicious flavor. 2 beauties. 350 on that oven. And you're going to go about a half hour, 45 minutes. Now you're going to look at it after 15 minutes on 350. And if it starts to get too brown around here, right, around the edges, still jiggly in the middle, move it down to 325, another half hour or 7 minutes at a time. Keep your eye on it. Boom, dry toothpick in the middle. You know you've listened to good old moi. Hello folks, have you ever had that problem with the middle of your cake never baking and the outside's getting too brown? Well, your worries are over. K-Tel presents these things. They're called cake rods or baking rods. Stick one in the middle here, you're gonna have a better chance. Let's get this in the oven. Non-rimmed baking sheet, piece of parchment paper over that baking sheet or silicone mat is fine. And do as I say as far as the timing. Let's go, because we have other things to make. And there they are, folks. Right out of the oven. See how it's baked in the middle there, evenly? Got to get the rods. So I went 350 on these little babies, 20 minutes, then 325, 8 minutes, and somewhere in the middle I rotated this cookie sheet. 180 degrees, so we get this. This got us this. All right, let's make some buttercream frosting. Now when your cake is cooling, let's leave it out, leave it out about an hour, 45 minutes, something like that. And then put it in the fridge. Cool cake is best to deal with. Say it again. Cool, what did I say? You know what I mean. Don't get old either. Here, I have a medium saucepan. I have water in here going about 1/4 of the way up. It's almost boiling. When it boils, put it to simmer. And in your bowl of your KitchenAid, you have your egg whites. There's going to be 5 of those egg whites room temperature. You're going to whisk those egg whites and whisk and whisk and whisk and whisk until they feel pretty warm but not hot. You don't want to cook them over this double boiler that we're making really from scratch. You don't have to go out and buy a double boiler. You know, Amazon can wait. You know what I mean? You get your comic books later. Wait, that's eBay, but you know what I mean, right? All right, so here's what you're going to do. You got your 5 large egg whites that I just showed you. And once they're warm and stuff, you're going to add regular white sugar right here. 300 grams or about 1.5 cups, 1/4 teaspoon or a pinch of kosher salt, and 1 pound of room temperature butter. That's 4 sticks. That's pretty much the story. So I'm now going to put this down because it's a rapid boil. I have people, it was in Iowa, right? People, I have some relatives there. Rapid boil. Stop it. Down. Hey, you know, you're getting this for free. What do you want? Let's see a nice, you know, slow motion boil. If you want to call it a simmer, that's great. I'm putting this in there like that. The egg whites, see? And I'm going to do it a little different for this Swiss Buttercream. I'm going to put it all in here. Sugar, salt, and egg whites. And I'm going to keep the butter here. Put that in. After we move this quickly to the KitchenAid with the whisk attachment. Once this gets warm to the touch, you can feel it outside. So here we go. Start the mix, baby. All you're doing is warming things up. You're not fluffing up the eggs. That's going to be for your KitchenAid. Just want to get these to a nice temperature because you don't want raw eggs as your frosting, right? It's a constant whisk, so I'll let you go, do what you got to do, and I'll come back in about 4 or 5 minutes. It's good for the wrists, see? I got weak wrists. I'm in my KitchenAid now. Let's get this thing rolling. Start it off at a medium speed. That's been about a minute. Now you move it up to high and let it become what you know and love, a nice meringue. It's got to be glossy. It's been about 6-7 minutes. I'm feeling the bottom here. Doesn't feel warm anymore. More like room temperature. That's what you're waiting for. Don't put this butter in there when this is too warm or the butter's going to melt and you're going to have a blob, all right? So down to medium low and a little bit of this butter at a time. You see it over here? There you go. And every time move it up a little bit. And bring it down again. And that's the last of the butter. Get it in and get it up. Oops. And give it a nice fluff. We're going to do a stop and scrape and finish it off. And that, my friends, Swiss meringue buttercream frosting. Take that to your next backyard party, huh? Duncan Hines going to be looking through the slot in the freaking fence. I say there, old chap. I seem that you're basically sidestepping my ready-to-eat version that I sell in the stores. Is that the way Duncan Hines would talk? I don't even know. All right. Let's one more time move this up. One more blast. And clear. Back to the stove for some coconut miso caramel. It's a thin layer you're going to put on the top of each cake as you build this thing. Let it sink in. Then you put frosting on top and then frost the whole thing. Are you kidding me? Let's go to a medium high heat. And in this medium saucepan, in this medium high heat, we have 200 grams or 1 cup of light brown sugar or coconut sugar. If you're into the, I guess that's keto, right? Yeah. Anyway, and a half a cup or 115 grams of filtered water, room temperature water, please, and a tablespoon of vanilla extract. And you're gonna just mix and heat, and mix and heat. Gonna be about 4 or 5 minutes. Just keep stirring, take a look. When it gets thick and bubbly, you are a winner. Then you're gonna whisk in some coconut cream, not coconut milk. If you can't find it in your store, write to me in the comments and I will tell you where to get some. Not easy to find. So that's a cup or 225 grams we're gonna put in here of the canned coconut. 2 tablespoons of white miso, Asian market, folks. And 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter or dairy-free butter. But we'll get to that later. Let's get this thick and bubbly and I will be back. It's been about 6-7 minutes. It's getting a little bit thick, so we're going to put in this coconut cream and the miso now. And you're going to need a thermometer, folks. Not the kind that you put, well, you know what I mean. Candy thermometer, food thermometer, meat thermometer, whatever you want to call it. You want to go to 215 degrees, folks. 215, 220, somewhere in there. And this is going to thicken up now with all this delicious stuff in here. Let's see where we are now, just for kicks. About 150, 153. So keep her going until then. Then we're going to take it off the heat and add 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter and let it cool for the layering operation. I don't know. It's been such a long day. And we still have to get some shaved coconut in the oven and toast it up. That's going to go on the outside of the cake after you frost it. Whew. 5 different types of coconut flavoring in this freaking thing. I can just hang myself. In a good way. Can you hang yourself in a good way? Pretty much. (207, 208). Keep her going. I went to about 218 degrees. And I put a little butter in there, 2 tablespoons, turned off the heat. I figured I'll move things along. We have more things to do. And we're going to let this cool down now. It's a nice sauce. It's going to get absorbed. Absorbed, new word. Absorbed by the layers of this cake that's cooling down. Waiting to get dressed. We're going to dress this cake. It's a new baking term. I made it up. All right, very good. Let's get that coconut going. Get it in the oven. 300 degrees. Flat cookie sheet's fine. When it gets brown, take it out. Cool it down. And then we start building. Get that buttercream back out. 1.5 cups. Or 135 grams of that shaved coconut. I will see you probably after we toast that coconut. Time now for the assembly. I'm in my buttercream. Going to add myself 2 more teaspoons. Coconut, there's 1, there's 2. Coconut extract. Fluff it up. Start the process. Second thing we're going to do is do a little pouring. I'm going to pour this delicious miso caramel in the thin layer on this first half. And I turned the piece upside down so it's flat on top. And I have a little lazy Susan underneath I made. Kind of made it up myself with some stuff I had in the closet. It's thick, but it's not too thick, so it's going to get in there. It's going to get inside of this cake, and that's what you want. But it's not watery either, you know? Come on. And now, of course, frosting's always the star of the show, right? Whew, man. I don't want to go too wild in the middle. Now you can also cut these pieces in half this way and have 4 layers. But I wouldn't recommend it because this is a very delicate cake we made. And we'll just gently throw it on top, line it up. More of the star. As much or as little as you want. Or if you want more than this, You got to make more. So careful. And again, we're going to go down this edge, over the ledge I call it, because you're just going to kind of wipe it all over the sides anyway. It's looking like a cake now, I think. Now we're going to put some of these toasted coconut shavings. See them? Yeah. And I'm going like this. I have little pieces, big pieces, just do it. Stick some on the side. I kind of like the overflow here on the bottom. I'm going to keep it kind of like a garnish in a weird way, in a very like morose way. It's a morose garnish. I'm just going to sprinkle some of this stuff on the top. Maybe around the sides there. Here you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. Woo. 5 types of coconut. And this coconut layer cake with caramel in the middle. Swiss buttercream frosting. I mean, you could do this. You know, it takes a little while, right? But you can do it. And you know what else you could do? Share, subscribe, like, do it all. Because I'm telling you, I'm taking you all with me when I'm really, really famous, so you better get to know me now. Anyway, I am Chef Sal. This is Comedy Kitchen with Chef Sal, and I will see you next time.